Yes, people. Yes, people. And welcome back to another video on the Bridge YouTube channel where we bring you all things Chelsea. It's a special video, obviously, because I've never actually done a fan calling show on here. I promised everyone I would do a fan calling show when I reach 1K, and I did reach it, obviously, last week. But I think what's bigger than the fan calling show, of course, is I wanted to actually have a conversation, particularly of such a devastating loss, our own form during this period of time, a lot of the things that aren't going quite right with us currently at the football club. I wanted, I can always speak about it. It's great to get only one perspective, of course, um, of only getting one perspective. So therefore, I thought, what? Let me bring up someone else. You know what I'm saying? Let me give other people their thoughts, their opinions, their perspectives, and let them have their say. Because at the end of the day, it's always good to get other people's opinions. I don't want us to end up, somewhere where we can't have our own different schools of thought, and there's only one way of thinking about it. I think particularly with what was happening right now, there's quite a few different angles that you can definitely for sure look at it, which are all kind of, in my opinion, valid for once. It is not even like a political thing, like where it's only one side versus outside. I feel like a lot of the stuff that we're thinking about can be looked at from a bunch of different angles. So as such, of course, as you can see, I've got a streamer link, which should be at the top. Of course, you guys can see it here. To a calling show. If you want to come and call in, have a little discussion with me about what your thoughts and feelings are and what's going wrong, listen, free reign to come on. So hey ho, man, it would be good to see you guys, and always, good to hear from other people's opinions. One thing I just want to caveat: obviously, there are some people that will come in and like to do some weird stuff with their camera. As such, I always say I need to see some level of face. And obviously, if you're available to speak, you can speak too. But that's all I ask in general. But hey ho, we move. So again, you're free to call in. In the meantime, I will be discussing just rather quickly some of the new stuff that's come out. And obviously, according to Fabrizio Romano, while I wait for you guys to come along and join in and come along, here it is, Bish Bash Bong. So this is according to Fabrizio Romano that Oh, we got Oliver here. Big up Oliver, bro. How you doing, man?
I had a really bad night of sleep last night. I was probably so rattled by yesterday, but
Damn.
yeah. Apart from that, I guess I'm all right.
Fair enough. So, obviously, I was reading like some of the news today. This is actually just came out rather recently, which is that Chelsea still think Pochettino is the right is the right man for their long term project. That's according to them. And Chelsea owners directors still trust Mauricio Pochettino. No discussions over his future. They wait for a fantastic player like Nkuku to be back. Also to have players like Chilwell, Broha, Lavia to give Poch chances to change this situation. Now, I don't know about you guys who are watching. Obviously, while I wait for you guys to come and have a chat, but Chilwell, he's had Chilwell. What was Chilwell giving him? He has Armando Broja right now on the bench. Like, what are we expecting from Lavia? Are we expecting Lavia to be better than Caicedo? Honestly, man, I don't know what to say to this. Like, some of the stuff that I'm reading, like, it just confuses me. It makes me question what was the school of thought that everyone was having. What are we thinking? Like, honestly, Nkuku, man, we are setting this guy up to be crucified, man. You know what I mean? He could have his first game could be like a not great game, and then it's all over from there. Like, for me, I don't understand what's going on. Honestly, I can't believe it that they still believe in him. And like, and look at this just before Oliver goes, yeah. Crystal Nkuku could return this weekend. Ooh, he's gonna be the game changer. You know what I mean? The guy that's gonna bring out the sword like this, you know what I mean, and change everything. This is what I'm saying, man. It's the terrible, terrible idea that we are thinking about. Yeah, Nkuku gonna be, savior Nkuku. It doesn't make sense to me, bro. Oliver, bro, what are your thoughts on those comments, bro? Because I'm not understanding this.
I don't buy any of it. I really, I can't lie. I don't buy any of it because we saw the exact same thing with Graham Potter. We literally saw on the day that Graham Potter got sacked, we saw Nizar say that his job is safe, and they sacked him that day.
Yeah.
So I really, it's just pathetic. And the as for this, like, oh, we're waiting for Nkunku and Chilwell, etc. It's just like, it's just really like bottom of the barrel, basic level PR to try and save face. Oh yeah, they're going to give him time. They're not going to sack him. Look at these guys. Like, no, we've been here before. If we need Nkunku to be Everton, then he should still be sacked. He should be sacked anyway. But even for those that are still not convinced, if we need Nkunku to be Everton, then he should definitely be sacked. Like, I just don't know how you can think otherwise. Personally,
Oliver, I don't know about you, bro, yeah, but like, I don't understand. Like, you're not seeing this type of play taking place. He's making Caicedo and Enzo look like they're literally like, academy kids. This is like the first time playing football. The way they were playing, literally. We've got guys like Levi Cole, who seems to have extremely regressed from what he was at least producing at Brighton. Buddy Ishil, arguably your best centre back, isn't even playing that regularly either. You then also have, who's the guy that's next to him, Thiago Silva, who it's not. You can see the decline is happening in front of your eyes, and you continuously play him. Kukurea, like, I'll be honest, he's been mixed, I would say. With him, he's been a bit of a mixed bag. You have Reece James, who like can never get fit, which is not arguably on him. But even like when he's fit, he looks like a shadow of himself. Or whether that's him or someone else, I don't know. You look at that front four, Jackson. I don't know what, bar and link up play. He's not really doing what he's doing, which is you got Mudryk now, who's, I don't know, man. There's a lot of words I could use for Mudryk, but like he just, I don't know. He seemed to be slightly in the ascendancy. Now he just looks like a shadow of what he was producing then. Sterling, consistent Sterling. Literally, that's the best name for him. And then who else? Cole Palmer ain't looking even that great anymore. I don't understand, man. And like, you read this here quickly. It says expectation of a striker or someone who can play multiple attacking positions is next month or summer. So arguably, we could have no transfers coming in, for example, yeah, which I would probably be even more happy with, yeah. And then, what's the excuse going to be? Oh, we're going to buy players in January.
This guy doesn't deserve the January window. Like, if we are going to keep him, I don't want to see anything about him getting input. He doesn't deserve it. His player profiling is abysmal. There was just no good decisions that are going to come out of having him involved in that process.
I'll be real, man. I don't even know why we're even in the transfer market, man. Why are we in the transfer market? We need to focus here on our actual players and improving them. I cannot listen, yeah. For me, I cannot believe for the life of me these players are as bad as they're being shown at. I just don't know. Maybe I was thinking about it quite deeply. Yeah, I'm like, you cannot tell me the players that we have available to us at our disposal are as bad as we are as being shown.
But we know they're not, because we've seen Enzo Fernandez perform better under Graham Potter. Let me just remind you, Graham Potter was some of the worst Chelsea players I've ever seen surrounding him last season. Caicedo balled out in the same league under De Zerbi, and before that he was doing decently under Potter at Brighton. We've seen Mudryk, as limited as he is, De Zerbi seemed to get a little bit out of him. Definitely more than Potter's getting out of him. De Zerbi seems to get more out of him at Shakhtar than we see now. So we've seen the evidence, and it's just been a decline for almost everyone across the board, except maybe a Gallagher. But with him, the bar is so low. Can you even get any worse than last season?
Oh, dearie me. Big up to my boy Jared, bro. Hope you're doing well, broski. Let out, man. I know you got a lot of stuff to let out, bro. So I'll give you the floor right now, man. Your floor is yours.
As my name suggests, it's bedtime. Pack it up. Pack it all up, man. Pack it up, pack it up, pack it up, pack it up. It's not working. Something's not working. I don't know what it is, but we have to figure it out fast, because it's not looking good, bro. It's not looking good. You get, like, yeah, man, it doesn't make sense. Like Ollie was saying, man, we've seen better performances on the Graham Potter, and we know how, yeah, we know how dire that was. It was shy. Oh God, it was horrible, man. And
oh my God, that is crazy, Camel. That is crazy, comment, Broski. You know what I mean? From one Londoner to another, that was mad, bro. That was a mad comment, bro.
That's kind of wild, but I hear
That
him
was bad
still.
up, man.
That was wild, but I hear him still.
Why are we even talking about Madueke? He's not even playing.
You know what? I actually feel sorry for him.
He's not even playing. Why is he catching corn? Why is he catching flack like this?
Man,
Nah,
I feel sorry for him.
I
Yeah, we
don't
give him a
care.
chance, bro.
I don't care who catches corn. The whole club catches corn. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Everybody has to take some sort of responsibility. This brother, he can't stay injury free. He can't track back. He can't shoot. What are we doing here, man? We look like absolute bums out there. This is
Bro,
the worst
it's
Man United 11 that we've seen in a while. So dysfunctional. And yesterday, all he had to do was drop 1 or 2 players, and they look like an actual decent side. Thiago Silva, 39 years old, pushing 40, supposed to be a team leader, and he's contributed to most of our defensive mistakes all season. Reece James.
Can we talk about that quickly, Jared? No. We need to talk about that, yeah. I want to talk about this, the leader, Monica, in particular, yeah. We are passing around that captaincy, yeah, like it's a whore.
Like
I
it's
say
a
that,
blunt.
yeah.
Like it's a
Yeah,
blunt,
literally,
bro. But
literally,
captaincy
bro. Like
it don't mean nothing no more. I mean,
you don't mean it, man.
It don't mean
And
nothing
you know
no
what's
more.
crazy? I was
Like, what
listening
we
to
doing?
I was listening to like Matisse's thing, yeah, today, yeah. Oli Kini, big up to Matisse. Someone said, yeah, they're passing around earlier to the English lads, bro. And how deep to you know?
I said this on casually yesterday. It's like Poch wants this English-speaking captain.
Yeah, man.
He literally said it in a press conference, so I'm not even speculating or fabricating there. That's just the truth. It's verbatim from his own mouth.
That was his words, his exact words. I want my captain to be able to speak English fluently. What kind of criteria
You know what's
is
crazy?
that?
We don't even have a majority English like speaking squad. Like what
That's
are
what
we
I'm
doing
saying.
here?
How the squad speaks Spanish? They speak his native language. So what the fuck are we talking about here?
No, they speak French, bro. Like how the squad actually speak French? That's what they say.
Also, by the way, at Spurs, wasn't his captain Hugo Lloris?
Frenchman.
No. But the funny thing is, if we go back and look at Poch's Spurs team, how many English players were in there? He had Kane, he had Son, he had Dembele, Dele Alli,
Trippier, Walker.
Dembele was Belgium.
Dembele was
Trippier, Walker, Dyer. Danny Rose.
He had all the English players, and not one of them had the captaincy for an extended period of time. It was always Lloris, and then the vice captain was, I don't remember who.
Probably Kane.
Probably Kane, but even then, your primary captain was Hugo Lloris. And
I mean, yeah, bro, but I can't lie. Vice captain doesn't really matter for much when your captain's a goalkeeper. You ain't never seen that captain armband.
Yeah, exactly. If
You
the
know,
captain's a certain goalkeeper, it doesn't matter who the vice captain is.
You know, I just for me, you know, we need to just have the problem here was the warning sign was here when I saw Reece James was the captain and Ben Chilwell was the vice captain. That was the first one.
The Ben Chilwell vice captain thing actually burned me. It actually burned me. Because
I'll be real, both of them are bad. Both are bad.
No. At first, I was like, cool. At first I was with James. I was like, cool. Like I can understand it. Not even when he said, yo, I want my captain to be an English speaker. It was like James, Cobham boy. He's been leading by example the whole time. Every time he plays, he puts out a performance that's worthy of being a high earner, a big name player. First name on the team sheet. I was like, cool, I can understand that. But I've always thought that Reece James was too timid, in the sense that I don't think he's that vocal. But he's one of those players that leads by performance, leads by example. Kind of like in the way that Messi plays, where Messi don't chat like that. But he's been getting more vocal.
We just need someone that's going to lead by example. That's what you need, especially when
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
There's players who lead by example, and there's players who lead, like genuinely lead vocally. That was the John Terry, but John Terry could do that
Facts.
both times. When we gave it to
Exactly.
Cahill did it both times, where he was leading by example with his play on the field and leading vocally. And then, I'll admit, Jorginho was a pretty decent captain when he got the armband and Aspie wasn't playing. Aspie was a great captain, leading by example before his decline, but also leading by vocally. Now we don't even have that. Reece James is too quiet to be a captain, one, and now his performances aren't even showing that he's.
You know what it is?
Can my guy just stay fit, please? That's all. That's the first thing we need to sort out.
No, honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. I actually think, Reece James. I've said wrap it up, man. I'm gonna be real. It might be a hot take for me, but for me, it's time to wrap it up. We need to invest now in Gusto and get a backer for Gusto.
No, you can't.
What, sell him?
You can't. No, not sell him.
Would it be move on from him?
No. Something.
We might have to, bro.
No, but there's something. There has to be something going on behind the scenes. There's something in the water. There's something in the water.
You know what?
Something in the atmosphere. Something around.
You know what it is, Metalface? Let me say. I'm gonna tell you why, Metalface. Yeah, the problem for me with Reece James, is not the quality. That is not. There is no doubt for me about the quality. The problem for me is actually the availability, bro. That is the biggest problem for me when it comes to him.
Yeah.
Like, we obviously brought in Gusto. Gusto, I think, has actually been probably one of the better signers we've had, I would say, this season, in the sense that he's produced defensively. He still needs to improve, of course, going forward. But I actually think, with the right manager and with the right, obviously training, he can get to that sort of level that we want from Reece James. The problem with Reece James, bro, I don't know if he's going to be on the bench. You know what I mean? This guy was had a 1 week game break. I'm hearing he's got a knee pain. He can't start the game.
No, that's what I'm saying. There's something going on in training that just doesn't make any sense. We're playing one game.
I actually believe, but we know what that is, Jared. We know what it is, Jared. It's Poch's training methodology. I don't know if we know this yet. When in his first season, he had well over 60 plus injuries, apparently. A bunch of players because of his training style.
No,
but do you remember when?
Because there's no way there's no way as a manager you just sit there and watch all your players doing the same exact training method or the same exact training routine, and you come out with multitudes of injuries every week playing one game a week. They're not getting injured while playing the game. They're getting injured midweek.
All of our players have had setbacks.
We're hearing about this on Wednesday. That Mudrik's out, that Madueke is just not in the training pictures, that Enzo is not there, Caicedo's not there, Lavia. How long is this Lavia thing?
But do you know what it is, though? I'll let Metalface go first. Metalface, what are you saying, bro? I'm sorry. Big up to you, bro. What are you saying, man? Metalface? Oh, I don't know if he... Yeah.
No, there he is.
Comment, right? I can hear you now, bro. Do you want to speak? No? All right, just quickly. I wanted to actually talk about this here because Lavia had a setback in training. Benoit Badiashile, setback in training. Setback. He was meant to be back, guys, in early September. He had a setback, by the way.
Look at Chalobah.
Yeah, Chalobah's been having multiple setbacks. I don't know what's happened with him.
Carney Chukwuemeka.
Carney was meant to be back in the first week of November. We're now in the second week of December.
The one that's bunning me the most is Carney, because they told me Carney was supposed to be out with a knock for like a week, and my man hasn't been back for 2 months.
No, he was meant to have. He was meant to be out for 1 month.
Ready to do finals, and he's not here.
Do you want to speak Metalface now? Because we couldn't hear you, bro, initially.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, you can hear me now.
Yeah. What were you saying, bro? Like, you obviously you're making a comment in it, so about what?
So you don't remember when apparently Trev's PT or whoever was the fella that was at Cobham, he was saying that they weren't doing training right, they weren't doing enough uphill sprints, they weren't, working on it. And so I wonder why all these players are getting their knee injuries and little niggles here and there with the ligaments or whatever. Obviously, Reece James, he's had this thing. So as some
cutting in and out,
lagging a bit, bro.
Yeah, bro. Metalface, you're cutting in and out, bro. Come back in. I don't think you can hear us. 1 second, I'm going to remove. Metalface, if you can hear us now, you're cutting in and cutting out. come back in and then come back out, and then we'll bring you back on straight away. But I think what Metal Face was trying to make, you know, that post that got deleted by Chalobah's, like
by the way, Chalobah said that was not his personal trainer. I think that guy was just like a fitness guy, and he was speculating as to how we can be this injury prone. So
I think he was just like a genuine like personal trainer or an actual physio, and he's like just giving his own like six cents on.
It's just speculation.
Yeah, he was giving his opinion,
but sensible speculation.
Yeah, it's a professional opinion.
Hey, Curry Pirate, man, this is a safe space. Feel free to come on. Link is in the.
But I think people wanted it to be Chalobah's personal trainer so bad because there's a lot of people who genuinely just dislike Chalobah for no reason.
I think the only reason they made that link is because he mentioned Chalobah in the DM or whatever.
Yeah, they probably talked about it.
And yeah, people don't like Chalobah as it is for some reason.
But for some reason, people just don't like Chalobah, and it doesn't make sense. I mean, yeah, you can say he's not up to the level if you think, and I agree, he's not. He's probably
okay. Then don't go and get me Mark Gurhey then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, we can hear you now, Metal Face. I think.
I'd rather Chalobah right back.
Yeah,
man,
I hear you.
My internet's mad. It's moving mad.
It's working now properly. We can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
The difference between that game yesterday is that Man United team, although it was a terrible team and it's been played in bad form, their team had experience and our team didn't. There's no leaders, there's no focal leaders on the pitch in our club. They had Amrabat, they had Amrabat, they had Luke Shaw, they had Rashford don't even play for them, but Amrabat, Luke Shaw, Lindelof, like all these players, they're experienced players. They're not kids. We've got a team of kids.
This is the problem, though. Like this is, I know Metal Face was making this comment, obviously back in the casual days, and I know that some of us were making this comment that it feels like we're too inexperienced, if that makes sense.
No, hold on. I want to say something about this inexperienced thing. One, I can understand saying young players and whatever. Experience is very relative in the sense that you don't need to be a certain age to have a certain level of experience, right? So you look at young players. You look at Pedri, Gavi, Bellingham, Tchouaméni, Valverde. These guys are all around the same age profile that we would be looking for in players, but they're hella experienced. And yeah, you can say they're surrounded by
but who's around them though?
No, that's the thing.
Who's around them? They've got experienced players around them. They've been
but
all these young players have been thrown into the deep end. The same with the gaffer. None of his players have played with each other.
No. That's
the
not the point.
Come in with all these kids.
I'm saying experience is relative. You can take certain players out of that Real Madrid team and Valverde, whatever. They'd still be performing. Why? Because they have the experience. Vinny's performing at the level he's at because he was trusted since 19. Even when he was sending the ball 90 degrees away from the goal, cutting inside, taking shots. He's been trusted for so long that he's actually gotten so good that his experience level is at a world-class level now. He's a top 3 winger in the world right now at the age of 22. That's the same age as Mudryk. Why? Because he's been trusted. He's been played.
Yeah, but okay, let me ask you this then.
He's been allowed to gain that experience. He's been allowed to fail so much. And that's what I'm saying. You don't necessarily need older players to get that experience. I can understand that you want to have mentor-like players. Yeah.
What players in our team have that experience? None of them. None of them.
No. Thiago Silva and Raheem Sterling, but where are they?
Hold on.
Because they're older.
They're older, yes, but they've also had a lot.
They have experience at the top level, but they have experience at the top level.
Yeah. No, you're talking about the Bellingham. You're talking about the Tchouaméni. You're talking about Valverde. I'm not talking about Thiago Silva. He won't be with us next year. I hope he does because he's our best centre back. But we're talking about the Mudryks, the Enzos, the Caicedos. We're talking about all of them. Look, they don't have experience, pal.
I understand that. Like, I'm very aware of that. I'm aware that these are players that don't have a lot of games under their belt compared to other 22, 23-year-olds who have a lot more games under their belt. Jackson is a prime example. He's a decent striker. He's a terrible finisher.
Who
but he
started
does
playing
everything-
professionally 3 years ago.
Yeah, he only started playing professionally like 3-4 years ago. Man was back in high
Corey
school.
Parrot,
then.
go ahead. Just quickly,
But
Jared. I want to let Corey Parrot come
yeah.
in. Big up Corey Parrot, by the way, man. Nice to see
Hey,
you.
sorry. I want to first tackle the point that I just joined. So sorry, the person with
That's all right, go ahead.
sunglasses. So you were saying about Vinicius, he was given time. He was given time because they had a winning spine that was still winning the league, even when he was not performing at his best for those 2-3 years when he initially joined. Madrid had won 2 titles during that period, one with Zidane and I think with Ancelotti or someone before, I'm forgetting, or at least at the very least one. Okay. You don't have that opportunity at Chelsea right now, right? First of all, we don't have the experienced spine, and I mean spine. I don't mean, and none of these people have won the league with us. They have won the Champions League. Sure, I'm talking about a consistency that a league provides. They have not won the league with us, none of them, including Thiago Silva. So that means we don't have this patience that we would normally give, like we did with, let's say, if, God forbid, Hazard wasn't ground running, like we had. Luckily, we did have. We still had the likes of Lampard, Terry, and everyone else who had experience in winning the league, or not even them, but others who had come in 2010 even and won the league with us, right?
Yeah.
So when Hazard did come in 2012 after we won the Champions League, he could have flopped for a couple of months. He luckily didn't, but he could have, and he could have learned. These people do not have the same runway.
Exactly.
So that's what I'm saying. Vinny had the time because he had the experienced players around him. He experienced winning with the team. He experienced what the work ethic is for consistency of winning the league, which we can't provide at this moment, right? Especially with the league. Once again, Madrid is the most historic team in the world, but they're in a 3 to 4 team league, right? They're gonna get European football no matter what. Even their shittest season, they could be 4th. That would be their shittiest season that they could get because they're in Spain. The way also the money is distributed in Spain is given to the top teams. So they're always going to be in a European spot, right? In the Prem, it's more evenly distributed. That's why you got the likes of Aston Villa and so forth, bringing in that money now, right? And buying these players that are proven, right? And that's why we're also going down because everyone's having equal amount of money based on performance, not based on the history of the club and so on and so forth. Right. So then these people can pass us. We don't have the luxury anymore since I would say 2010, because Man City got 2008. So let's say since 2010 of having the luxury of being our lowest point being top 4. That's not a luxury we have.
Yeah,
Right.
I agree.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I agree. Lo, I genuinely agree. But I also have to say that, okay, let me ask you guys this. Do you agree that we needed to upheave the squad like we did?
No.
Yes.
I actually can I just say I think this is not the issue. I don't think the issue.
No,
I don't think necessarily the
no,
issue.
no.
But I'm gonna get to your point. I don't think necessarily the issue is the experience. Like I think I agree with Des when I say this, that experience is not necessarily the need. Like I think there's when you're making these transfers, when you're bringing in these guys, there needs to be like a balance of both experience and quality. But if the player has a good amount of quality and you've seen it already over a season, they don't necessarily need that experience to be able to show that to make that happen. That's what I would say to you.
What I'm trying to say is the way we uprooted the squad. So we all agreed that we needed to uproot the squad the way we did. We need to get rid of a lot of those players. Why? Because they didn't want to be here and they weren't performing at the level that we expect them, right?
110%.
Yep.
Of course. But now we're talking about, this is the experience that Curry was talking about, that we needed the spine. We literally took out the spine that was performing poorly, the spine that knew how to win in certain aspects. But we haven't had a spine that's won the Premier League since 2015 when Conte was here.
Exactly.
And even then, 17. And since then, the spine wasn't good. The spine was Marcos Alonso, Azpilicueta, all those players, and we just filtered out some of those Conte players every now and again. And we brought in new players, and it still didn't work. We've gone the experience route however many times. We brought in the Aubameyangs, we brought in the Sterling, who is quite, like, in the grand context of his whole career, one of the most disrespected Premier League players ever. But let's call a spade a spade. He's been shit since he's joined. like very, very bad for a player of the level of experience that he has. You've gone from winning with Man City, and you've just come to Chelsea saying that you want to take on this main man role, and you're not playing like the main man. Your decision making is terrible. Your finishing is poor sometimes. You make the wrong pass. You dribble like the ball is trying to run away from you, or you're trying to catch the ball, or whatever. For a long time, and I don't think it is, but it might be one of the many reasons that this ownership possibly could have gone down this route, is that they've seen the pattern of of us buying a bunch of experienced players, just putting them together and hoping that their experience carries them to this level of consistency and whatever, and they're still failing. Like for time and time again with this club, whether it's young players, older players, middle-aged players in their primes, whatever, we buy all these players in the best states that they are in their career. They come here and we just expect them to perform.
All right.
And it's
Can I
always the more
make
experienced
a
players that keep letting us down.
So I'm gonna see something about this squad in general. I actually don't think the issue right now with the squad is necessarily, I would say, experience, because for me there is a way to, in my opinion, where you can reduce that the need for experience, which is a style of play for me. If you give these guys a style of play, you give these guys a set rule and tactic. Listen, Enzo, this is what I want from you in this game. This is the stuff that you need to do. You're almost Football Manager like, where you're just literally, telling these guys, this is what I want from you, X, Y, Z. Do that, nothing more, nothing less. That's what you like. And if you give these, especially because these guys, of course, a bit more younger. Yes, we can talk about the experience angle, but if you do all of that, that negates experience because you've given them a certain job, a certain thing to do. And if you look at, because like, look, I think Jazz makes this. I think I understand what Jazz is trying to say, which is that look at Van der Ven, for example. Van der Ven, right? He's already had limited experience just like that. But what's happened? He's been put here in a position which his best qualities can be shown. And the style, he understands the style of play in which he's playing with under Ange. At Chelsea, can we seriously say, the style of play we have here is understood by the majority of the players?
No, I think that we had a style of play during preseason. It was very evident to see that that Poch had a way that he wanted to play and that he was going to play no matter what. But I think for some reason he's banking so much on Nkunku, like subconsciously he's banking so much on Nkunku that he's just shifted everything completely. And it doesn't.
But that's a failure as a manager, Jared. Though I've said this on so many YouTube channels, bro. It's a failure of the manager. Then we can't.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
The manager. I want to. Yeah, I know you're saying that, bro. Mm-hmm.
No, we can't keep performing this poorly, and the first instinct is to go after the ownership. You can say
no, but even the ownership, I want to go after them. Actually, you have to go after them for this. I would argue. You know why? Because I think Curry Pirates knows why. Curry Pirates, I'm going to say this, How can they say, once Nkunku come back, Nkunku come back, everything's going to change? That is such an incredulous statement to make.
No,
we're making Nkunku into a Jesus Christ-like figure.
No. I can understand that. You can't. What I'm saying is, not every loss just has to go all the way back up to the top every single time. You can say
it doesn't, but
it doesn't.
But eventually, it does have to, bro.
Let me. Hold on. So I agree. They've gotten things wrong. There's certain players that we probably shouldn't have gotten. One example, Mudryk. You're in the group chat, right?
Yeah, I hate you, bro.
You saw exactly how livid I was when we signed Mudryk. But right now, I'm the one guy that's like, yo, let Mudryk land. I can see where he's going, but I want to Trossard. Like I was doing my normal thing in all caps in the group chat, talking about fuck Mudryk and let him go Arsenal. He's shaking bare batty for Arsenal. Let him go there. Bring Trossard for us. I want to Trossard. And then Trossard goes to Arsenal and we get Mudryk. But can we just say that Mudryk would flop like this if he went to Arsenal? Probably not. Why? Because it's a
you know what, Curry Pirate, bro. Let Curry Pirate make his point quickly, because I understand what the point you're making, Jared, bro. What was the point you were trying to make, Curry Pirate, bro?
I said this since yesterday. We, from top to bottom, are run by idiots. I'm sorry, I have to say this.
No,
The
no, no, that's
manager, yes, because from the top, okay. What is this weird, like, no happy medium BS? Okay, we go from, okay, besides Sterling, who's 28, last year we bought a 31-year-old, a 33-year-old. That's what because we were going full experience. Then we're like, you know what? That didn't work out. We're just gonna go the complete opposite and just buy 16 to 21-year-olds. What in God's green earth? And you know what's funny? Guess who our top scorer is, even though he's inconsistent as shit? The one who's in his prime at 28. Guess who this entire freaking management structure is hoping to God that he turns into the next version of Pele reincarnated or some shit? Nkunku, who's what age? At 26, who's supposed to be at his prime. Okay, what the fuck? And guess who's been our most consistent center back this season? A Disasi, who's once again 25 people. Wow, who would have thought? Who would have freaking thought that if you didn't just go for the extremes and went for something called the medium, it would have been better? Normally, besides the goalkeeper, most people's primes are from the age of 25 to like 30. What did we decide to do? We're like, fuck that age group. We're just gonna go for everything before then and after then. Because what's the point of a prime? What the is this thinking?
Do you know what it
And
is? Do
you're
you know what it is, Corey
and-
Parrott? I know what the forward thinking is. I'll tell you before you continue on. They're
it's
thinking,
like-
yeah, if you get these guys young, you know what I
and then
mean?
we'll
When they're
develop them.
hooping,
I get it. I get
Yeah,
it.
and then they
We're
have a
going-
decade for them.
No,
I get that
I think
they own the Dodgers, which is once again.
I think the ownership would just have a really fucked up perspective of
Yes, because they're
sustainability.
thinking the American way of drafting. Because he's
No,
part of the
not like
Lakers
that.
and part of the
Not like that.
Dodgers. Yes, he does, because that's how they do it in the States.
I know what they do in the States. He owns all the.
I'm a
other
Lakers
teams.
fan. Trust me, I know what they're doing.
I hear you,
Trust
bro.
me.
Yo,
Trust me. Okay.
No,
We
no,
know
no.
what
I
we
know
do to
what
our
you
young
think,
guys. We trade
No,
everyone. We trade
but
everyone.
what I think is they have this really fucked up sense of sustainability where they're like, we want to dominate for however many years, so let's acquire an entire team of youngers with bare potential and develop them into a consistent tight challenging team for years to come. And I understand that, but there's certain aspects of it that you just have to maintain in a sense that you can't just throw a bunch of players who are like just like college age or college graduate age into a team together and bring a manager who granted has a very good record of developing young players and just expect them to perform. I agree that there's certain things that Poch isn't doing that just don't make sense. Like the overall team balance is fucking terrible. We're playing like what Poch does in his head just doesn't make any sense to me. And it wouldn't make sense on. He's like trying to play FIFA with this thing. Like he's like, oh, I need some height, so I'll put our natural left back at right back, so I can play the Sassy Silva and a taller centre back who just happens to be left-footed at left back, so I can have that aerial ability. Like that doesn't make any sense. At least put the Sassy right back or something.
Can I just
Sorry,
say
one
something? Let Corey Parrott go. Let Corey back go back.
Sorry,
Corey
one
Parrott.
last thing is, what I also don't understand with this whole structure is like, why can't we? How do I explain this? Actually, you know what? You go ahead. I just forgot my thought. Sorry, go ahead. My bad.
I wanted to speak about this thing, which is the hoarding of talent that we have in.
Sorry, one last
Yeah,
thing. Sorry. I just remembered.
That's what you're gonna say, isn't it? I knew.
Around. Oh my. Okay, so people are saying. I remember Scott saying this multiple times. It's nothing bad in a sense. He's saying like like this management group has done well with the transfers and so forth. I'm like, yeah. If we sign 20 young players, I hope to God 5 of them look good. Right? Like, let's be honest. We bought 20 players. We bought 20 young players. Okay, some of them we put on awful loans as well. Okay, so they're doing shit. So.
I mean, it's a pattern with Chelsea, though. It's a pattern with Chelsea, though. We haven't had a player go out on loan and do very well.
Like besides Angelo right now, like besides Angelo, who's
Even
been
then,
decent.
Angelo, the
Angela's
same-
not been doing that great the last 4 games. I'll be real.
That's
Oh,
what I'm
really?
saying.
Okay.
He hasn't been doing that great, but you have to. But
He's
the way
19.
that we watch Strasbourg, it goes all the way back up to Bowley or Igbali or whoever the fuck whoever agreed to put Vieira at Strasbourg. That's what I'm saying. Like it goes back up to them where you send a player out on loan to one of your affiliate clubs now, and and you hire a manager who's lost his job multiple times because of the poor way he plays football. Like he's literally had one good year of football, and that was when I think Gallagher was there, and that was when he was just trying to put his imprint as a manager. Now he's playing 5 backs. He's playing 5-4-1s with 4 central midfielders and 1 striker. And Angelo's trying to play wing back and centre mid at the same time. And
sorry,
you expect
yeah,
him
go
to
ahead.
do well. Like Angelo, let's just be clear about something. Angelo is 18 years old, and he has more senior appearances in his football career than more than half of our squad put together. He's
And
18.
sorry, the last
Go
thing
ahead,
is,
bro.
you guys have been saying he's been doing poor the last 4 games. It's funny how just a few days ago we got the report that Angelo's been feeling homesick or not been feeling at his best, right?
He's been having a problem with the language.
Why?
That's what it was.
Exactly. Right. Sorry, thank you, Oliver. And the thing is, then you have to have a thought process about this. You're putting an 18-year-old guy who came from Santos, was getting used to this team because they had a heavy Brazilian contingent or Spanish-speaking contingent, so he could pick up some of the wording, some of the language barrier. You had a Thiago Silva, you had a Santos in the preseason, so that's why he was feeling comfortable and performing well for us. Now he's in another country, which is France, completely different from language, culture. Once again, I don't know if how much of their contingent is Brazilian, so I don't even know how much.
Bro,
Exactly,
it's
besides him.
95% French. It's 95% French, I'm pretty sure.
Exactly. It's
Literally
in Strasbourg,
95%
right?
French.
So that's what I'm saying. So now he can't speak to anyone. He's once again in another country he switched to once again. So how is he going to feel comfortable in the long run once again? Sure, you might have a translator or something or a friend or two, but it's completely different than having kind of like a family setting where you had, right, where it's like you kind of had a family setting where Thiago Silva's this old guy with his kids. You have another young dude in Santos with you. So and then Washington would have come in, would have been even better because they're both from Santos. So you could have had 2 people going up together, right? And that's again a problem with the loan because if we didn't loan Amoreiro captain, we could have just bring on Santos and took him to freaking Strasbourg. At least he would have had some companionship or some shit there too.
What I don't get is that we have a pattern of very poor loans. Like for the past half a decade to a decade, that loan army system completely fucked everything. That shit that Roman and Marina were working on with the loan army to generate money through loan funds or loan fees, that completely fucked like our entire system. Where we just send players out on loan, hope one bangs, and if the manager is willing to incorporate them in the team, then cool. If not, cool. We're doing it again, where we're just hoarding a bunch of players. I'm pretty sure. We look like Nottingham Forest, but for young players. Nottingham Forest signed about 5-6 central midfielders before Andre Santos. For their actual squad, they're playing DMs. They're playing number 6s in the 10 over at Nottingham Forest, and we expect Andre Santos to get into that team.
Can I just say something? Can I just say something? Yeah, I want to go on to this point about the hoarding thing. Yeah, guys, we don't even have this multi-club number sorted out.
That's what I'm saying. We don't even have
We're still looking for a club to buy in this Portuguese league, apparently. So, like, why are we still buying?
We only have one club. We only have one club in this multi-club model. It's not even like we're letting them play for like our dev team, our under 18s, or our under 21s. We're sending them overseas.
Like, guys, you know who has been going under the radar, Jared? Devin Washington, bro. What happened to my man?
I don't know who he
He's
is.
just standing on the bench. You know what I'm saying to you?
I don't know who he is.
Like,
And-
we shouldn't even be laughing at him, but it's like that's what I'm saying to you. Like, what's he been playing?
No,
We brought this guy from
because
Santos
apparently,
to do something.
this guy is bagging braces like he's bagging shorties on the midnight strip. Oh, down in the fucking down in the under 21. Like what's going on?
No, I
saying,
agree.
bro.
He's
So,
under
no,
21,
that's-
and then he's coming
Go
to
ahead,
be on
go
the
ahead,
bench.
Fire, bro.
No, actually, that's a great point. Like, why didn't we these under 21s just keep them in Chelsea? And because I think since who do we
I
have
think
who was
because of our
assistant manager
injury
to
crisis.
Lampard? Who was the
I don't
assistant
know.
manager?
Jody
to Lampard?
Morris, right?
Thank
Jody
you.
Morris.
So you know how we were winning the under 21 leagues, the championship for under 21s with Jody Morris, right? Now we've fallen off with that too in our youth level. I think Man City or some other teams are winning that. So we could have
Yeah,
stacked
that's
that
what I'm
squad. They would have built a winning culture. You still would have had the Chelsea players, the Brazilian contingent, whatever you needed. You still would have had the structure. You would have had everything. You're going to have game time, right? You could have kind of gotten used to the league because you're going to have similar players in the same age group competing for the position of being in the Premier League, which is going to be more rough physically, instead of like putting them everywhere.
That's what I'm saying. Like I think that the hoarding of certain players or the hoarding of these young players, plus our injury crisis, because Pochettino just doesn't know how to manage players' health or whatever, with how he trains them, has completely fucked. I think it's completely fucked the way that the owners wanted to build us. Like I understand that Nkunku is not an injury-prone player, but when we bought him, he was in the middle of recovering from a
I beg to
massive.
differ.
No,
I'll
he's
give
not
him one more
injury
injury
prone.
before I table
No,
that.
no,
I
he's
would
not
give him
injury.
one more
I
injury.
don't think he's injury prone, but we bought him in the
He's had
middle
quite a
of
few injuries at RB Leipzig. I'll be real, bro. He's
No,
had quite
he
a few
has.
injuries at RB
No,
Leipzig.
he has, but
Mm.
I think it's because we bought him while he was rehabilitating from a really big one, like a really massive one,
And we put him on that
But-
shit pitch after that.
and we put him on the pitch after that. I saw the pitch when the same pitch he got injured on. That
Soldier
final
Field, you know.
preseason.
Wasn't it a
game.
baseball ground, right?
Yeah,
I
Soldier
don't
Field
know
is
what it
NFL
was.
ground.
And Ed Sheeran had played the night before that, so
No,
shit.
it
There
wasn't
was
even
an
a
Ed
baseball
Sheeran
ground.
concert.
There was an Ed Sheeran concert,
Yeah.
and the pitch was literally more brown than green.
Can I
What
ask
we
you guys a
doing?
question? Yeah,
Like it rained.
I want to ask you
it
guys an
rained
honest
that
question.
night. Yeah. Go on, man.
No, because like this stuff, yeah, we can talk about this in this stuff, but I want to look. I want you to look at Newcastle's squad right now. Yeah, I think for me, you look goalkeeper wise, they're probably better than us. But like, if you look at their fullbacks, we probably have the same level fullbacks to them. I would say the two centre backs you can match for them. You know, even in midfield, we could probably match them man to man in midfield. I would argue.
We could
Because
in every other aspect except for physicality, because Enzo and Caicedo
Or forward line. I would say forward line.
are
Because
like-
of Isaac.
their
I
forwards
mean,
are easily better.
could say Jackson, obviously, definitely not for Isaac, right? And Cuckoo can come in for one of those spots on the wing, whether it be for Almiron or someone else. Sterling over Almiron, definitely for sure. So, and you know, you look at that, bro, which we are arguably have like what the same squad as Newcastle.
And then they have
But
better
if-
Beckham and Wilson, though, I would say. But yeah.
Yeah, they have, but I mean, like if you just look at from a star 11 perspective, right?
Yeah, I
11 for 11, we don't have any like what's the word in English? We don't have any between weeks for European sport or anything like that. Like, what's going on, bro? That's what I'm saying to you. Like, this is why,
But
like, I think for me,
that's where Poch comes in, because the team's just not balanced. We're playing players in positions that don't make sense. Like since the start of the season, it's been imbalance after imbalance after. I have not sat down and gotten a Chelsea lineup and said, "Yeah, I'm cool with that." Not once. It just doesn't make any sense.
I
We're
think
playing
maybe the
Colwill
City
left
game
back.
was the only one. I think City was the
game was the
only
only
game,
one.
maybe,
But
because
even then,
where everyone is
Colwill-
in
Colwill's not a
position,
left
but
back.
we won.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Colwill's not a left back. He's never played left back until he came back to Chelsea and Poch decided to put him there. Chilwell has never played higher than left wing back, and even then he had help as he had help
And-
from a left winger. But all of a sudden he's a left winger first game of the season.
And sorry,
What
bedtime.
are we
I here's the thing. Isn't he also observing other people in the league? What I mean is, let's be honest. Pep bought Guardiola for a lot of money, and we can all agree he's not been that great because he's also once again playing left back. He's doing the
But
same
Guardiola
thing almost
has
Colwell is
experience playing
doing.
left back. Gavardiol has experience playing.
No,
left
I know,
back.
I know, but I'm
Colwill
saying,
hasn't touched left back.
no,
He
no, I'm
hasn't.
I'm saying you're seeing a person who's had some experience playing left back in a team that's amazing, failing, and you're like, you know what? Let's just put Colwell still in here. Let's make him do overlapping runs for no fucking reason. That's what I'm
He's
saying.
not
This whole
overlapping.
You know what? I'm big up to you. No, but what
No,
I'm
they
saying, you
want him to
know,
overlap.
Curry Pirate, I got a stat for you guys, yeah, because Oliver knows this, by the way,
Don't
yeah,
do
because
this
we got told this, by the way, yeah, on the casually stream review stream yesterday, which was that the Cole experiment has been going on for 4 months, boys, since August.
No, it's 6 months.
6. Sorry, that's 6
Yeah,
months.
yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
Do the maths, bro.
Wow.
Oh, wait,
No,
has
it's
it been
not.
6 or 4? Wait, August.
It's 4. It's 4.
Oh yeah, never mind.
Yeah.
That's
That's
ridiculous, though.
Since preseason, we didn't do it in preseason.
He's only had, and you can even say he's only had one good game at left back, and it was the Fulham game where he got the assist.
Yes.
So I don't know.
One good game out of what, 15?
Go ahead, Curry Pirate. What are you saying?
I think I know Ahmed's opinion. I think I know maybe Oliver's. Like, do you want Pod sacked? I want him gone after yesterday's game and his comments.
Sacked him yesterday, mate.
Yeah, after his comments yesterday, especially, I was so. I went to sleep and I was still dreaming about. I was getting pissed off while sleeping. I'm serious.
Curry, it's not even. It's not even like about the comments as well. Like Ahmed, you were there on the
game.
Hang on, Ahmed, you were with us in the watch along on the Casually FC Discord. Me and Scott were potch out the second James came out to replace Cucurella.
Oh, dude.
We said it there and then. So at the beginning of the second half, we were potch out.
I didn't care if James came on the field or not. I didn't want James playing because
that's not the point, though.
That was fine with James, but why take out Cucurella?
Cucurella, maybe he was the best. Maybe it was the best of a bad bunch. Maybe it's not that impressive, but he was still our best player in the first half.
And also, I feel like he would have had more success locking down the fidget spinner Anthony.
I'll be so real with you. The only player that can hold his head high from yesterday is Sanchez, and even then, that's a stretch.
Oh no!
Oh no! I do not. Don't.
No, man. No. I don't like Sanchez. I didn't want him. I still think he's worse than Kepa. Let's just get the facts straight. But he saved us from getting panned like 7-1.
I'll be real, man.
It was almost looking like Brazil versus Germany.
No, listen. I hear you, bro. But like, you know, I don't really care whether or not he did good or not. Like, I think for me, I
don't care either. That's why I said it was a stretch.
Mm-hmm.
I said it was a stretch to say he can hold his head high.
I just think for me, bro, we are so tactically inept right now, yeah, that we are now going into probably arguably our worst run. You know what I mean? I can't believe I'm saying a run of what was it that who is the first thing? Arsenal, Newcastle, Man City, Brentford. That run, is the easy run, and we're now heading into the harder.
We're heading into Everton, Wolves, Luton, and we're shook.
Yeah, no, we're done. We're so done.
So can I just take one thing about Sanchez? Can I take?
Go ahead, Curry Prime, bro.
I think him and Kepa are equal because I think Sanchez makes better saves than Kepa. I think, in my opinion, but his distribution is worse than Kepa. That's the equaling because you know how yesterday. Here's the thing. The distribution is so bad. The distribution is so bad. You're saying like the problem with it is he gives it away so often, especially in yesterday's game, which was pissing me off. Is he would give it away. They would just pop a shot and get a corner. And what do we suck at? Defending a set piece. So I'm like, dude, if you're giving it away like that, just boot it up. At least they can't pop a shot.
Mate,
just boot it up. Sky, I don't give a shit. Pass it to Onana.
There was a point in the game as well where we were trying to play out of the back, and Disasi had to turn backwards and play it to Sanchez because he was under pressure. What does Sanchez do? He passes it right back to Disasi next to the corner flag, and he gets pressed by two man.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. The decision making just doesn't make any sense. So when Sanchez is supposed to boot the ball out, he wants to pass it like he's prime KDB to a man on the touchline. Like he's trying to pass along his goal line to Colwill, to Thiago Silva, to Disasi, to whoever is on the pitch. instead of just booting the ball up. Boot the ball up and reset the formation and go again. Nah,
You know what it is,
nah,
guys?
let me just play. Let me just try to play it in between the lines. Like
I wanna, Jared. Yeah, I want to talk about this because I think this has been very heavily been speaking about, which is the Chelsea ownership. Yeah, and I've seen many people say that they've been ruining the club. You know what? You know what's been going wrong? I actually don't think. I think their methods aren't necessarily the issue. Is that these guys here are trying to be the Flash, yeah, and do everything so fast, but they're not realizing they're not the Flash. They're just a human being. You know what I'm saying? You cannot run.
They're doing it way too fast. That's
exactly. That's the point I'm trying to make. Like
I can understand clearing out the squad the way they did last season because it had to be done. Let's just
the reset needed to be done. But the problem I've said going forward is that they have focused. They're focused so much here on everything else other than the starting 11. You know what I mean? The thing that you need, to actually fix, to do the other stuff you need is not being focused on. You need to focus on the starting 11 and get the stuff right, bro.
No, but let's be honest. The 11s that we put out and the results that we're getting, they're good enough to be a top 8 team. Our squad is good enough to be a top 8 team. Let's stop beating around the bush about that.
No, they should. No, our score should be. I said this last season. I said this in the beginning of the season. We should probably be getting Europa League football. I'll be honest. If this squad, you can get Europa League football.
We should be getting like Conference League. You're barely scraping Europa. That's what I think this team is capable of. This team is good enough to go and win the Conference League. It is, and we can't keep just sitting here and saying the players aren't good enough. This and that. Yes, the structure's fucked. Yes, Winstanley, Stewart, and the guy that has however many 16-year-old footballers on his hard drive, whatever his name is. I don't care.
Crazy. Don't say that.
To my Shields, right?
That was nuts. That is nuts.
You can't go back the other way.
Man said hard drive. That was nuts.
No. Call up Met Police and tell them to go check my man's hard drive. Please, do it. You will have a case that you will not believe. You will not.
That was nuts, man.
So, just a question.
But I'm saying, the structure's fucked. Paul, who was spending 3 months trying to haggle 5 mil for Caicedo, Stewart.
Oh God!
What does Stewart do?
Stewart does the outgoings, so you could argue he's the guy responsible for this terrible loan planning.
Chai. Okay. Stewart, I can give you a blight with the clear out. Cool. The loans, fuck you. But Winstanley,
hey, Faz.
You know what's crazy, man? You know what's crazy, bro? I wanna look at our attacking transfers. Yeah, can we speak on the attacking transfers? Mudryk is not looking good. I'll be honest with you. I said this year in the beginning of the season, he actually should have been the one to go to Strasbourg. In my opinion, he should have gone to Strasbourg. In my opinion, it would have suited him a lot more for him to go to Strasbourg, learn his trade, particularly in a league which is suited for wingers to learn how to do what they need to do to get where they are. Yeah, honestly, Mudryk. Yeah, you don't look at Madueke. I actually don't know why did we buy Madueke, guys.
I don't know either.
No. I'll be honest. Why did we buy him if we're not going to use him? He's about to go on loan in January.
I can't lie. Madueke might just be for homegrown reasons. He just might be.
Honestly,
how's he going to go on loan? How's he going to go on loan? How's he going to go?
Domestic. You can do domestic loans. Domestic loans. You can probably send them on domestically.
Okay.
Probably send them somewhere like. Yeah, you can probably send them somewhere to the Championship or like somewhere like that. You can make that happen, right?
Well, what we could do with Madueke to get him on loan, I know we said we can recall Moreira from Lyon, but we've also got Charlie Webster chilling in the Eredivisie for some reason. Get him back, throw him in the under 23s, and then you got 2 international spots.
Yeah, obviously those are just the 2 wingers I've spoken about, right? Then you got Sterling. consistent, inconsistent, has been somewhat all right this season. I can say maybe if I'm being nice to him, and removing my own agenda of Sterling out of it. Yeah, has been mostly all right,
Average.
but
Yeah.
he's still been consistently inconsistent. I would say in my personal opinion. Right. After that, then who's the other winger that you've got that I'm thinking about? Cole Palmer has probably been our best winger, I would probably say this season with the performances that he's had. Right.
Yeah,
So
Cole Palmer,
that's
respectfully, after yesterday, I don't want to see Cole Palmer in the 10. I want him out wide. Put
yeah.
Gallagher back in the
So
10,
essentially for me, you have 4 of those guys in, right? So
You forgot the other
basically,
winger.
Who's the other winger?
Who?
Jackson's not a striker. He's a winger. After yesterday's game, he's a winger. He played it as wing in Villarreal. He's a winger. He's not a striker.
The thing about Jackson is, I could admit, I'm one of Jackson's biggest fans, but I could admit he's fucking garbage at finishing. He is. That's
what I'm saying. He's a good winger.
let's
He can
check it
dribble.
out.
He can do link up
I
play.
don't think he's a good winger, but I think he's a good striker that isn't the primary goal scorer.
He's a Firmino Jesus type.
In that sense, yes.
Yeah.
He can get you goals here and there. He'll score the odd brace or
Because his actual build-up play in the United game actually wasn't bad. His build-up play in the United game,
He's very,
it wasn't bad.
And against Brighton, it was very good. Very good against Brighton, this build-up.
But that's the thing I've said about
the thing
I've said
that
about
people
Jackson. Yeah.
love to focus on with Jackson is his finishing solely. And look,
But I think he's a bit too flary too, especially in his United game. Like some of the passes, like he's doing some behind the back shit. What a jump! Like Enzo's not catching that right away.
You know what that comes?
Like,
that comes down to Corey Parrott though. That just comes down to discipline, bro. Listen.
No, do you not think it's
It's a discipline thing, bro. Like if Pochettino,
no, isn't it too much encouragement from the Snapchats and stuff? You know what I'm saying? He's getting a lot of encouragement. You know,
crazy, man.
That's like, yo, this encouragement after the United game is going to be 10 out of 10. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, the thing for me is it's just a lack of coaching. Like, there are no patterns of play. Like, if you're actually coaching attacks properly, then Jackson ain't doing that. And if he is doing that, then someone's on the end of it because there's the players are synchronized.
For me, this comes down to again discipline. It's a discipline thing.
No, the thing about Jackson is he's a good overall player. He's just not a good finisher. I think he's a good striker in the sense of how we want to play. First of all, what people need to understand is they love to call out. They want to call out. Oh, Vlahovic. Oh, Osimhen. They're not in the. We're not creating the chances we're creating without Jackson.
No. I've said this already. Yeah.
No. Let's just get.
If you've seen Osimhen, yeah, any point in his game, he doesn't have link-up play. He just waits for you in the box for the ball to come to him and go into the net.
I watch Napoli.
I watch them too, bro. I watch the Serie A quite regularly.
For the past 5 years, Osimhen is very bad at everything except for finishing. If it involves finishing a goal, I'll take Osimhen. But every other facet of the play, he's not that guy. The same with Vlahovic. He's not that guy. The way how we play, the way how we're playing with Gallagher in the 10, Gallagher's not good at chance creation. Sterling's not good at chance creation. We can't rely on Mudryk Mudryk has 2-3 good moments a game. And we can't, that's not sustainable to create chances. And then Nkunku, we don't even know what state we're going to get Nkunku back in.
Bro, can we talk about Nkunku?
The only way we've been creating chances...
I'm already feeling sorry for that guy.
No. If you look at a heat map from yesterday, Jackson was more by the center circle of the fucking field than up top, doing what a striker is supposed to be doing. Why? Because he's carrying the ball. Jackson is the only player in this team that I can confidently say has consistently throughout the whole season been able to take the ball from like wherever he's taking it from, get past 2-3 players and give it off to somebody else. Gallagher's not doing it, Caicedo's not doing it, Enzo's not doing it, Sterling's not doing it, Mudryk's not doing it, Cole Palmer's done it for like 3-4 games, cool. But Jackson's the only one that's consistently been able to take the ball up and create chances from it. And I'm not saying he's the one that's putting in a final pass or he's beating 2-3 players outside the box and taking shots. He's the one actively carrying the ball and giving it to players who are able to do that other stuff. He's not a good finisher. That's cool, but he's doing every other thing right. His hold up play.
Sometimes,
He's getting
yeah,
hounded.
sometimes, sometimes, especially with these modern day strikers, the best you're probably gonna get is probably what 10 to 15 goals. You're not gonna be able to get. You're not going to be able to get a consistent goal scorer. And if that's the case, okay, I'm fine with that. But that means your other guys, the wingers, have to also chip in with a good amount of goals in order for you to do so. Now,
Yeah, that's what
the
I'm
problem
saying.
for,
That's why.
the
That's
problem
why.
for me
That's
is
why
that we have two
Liverpool-
guys like Mudryk. Mudryk's missing open nets currently. And Sterling, bro, I don't know what I'm getting at Sterling. I've said this before, yeah. I don't know if you've heard it before, because Curry's heard it and Oliver's heard it for me, yeah. I've said Sterling is like a D&D dice. You know what I mean? He's a D&D character. You know what I mean? There's a specific number he has to make, yeah, in specific decision making, yeah. There's no other way for me to put it. Like with him, genuinely, I have to hit the die only at 7 or like whatever number is 7, 8, 9. If it's 11, it's not working. If it hits 6,
Oh my days.
it just has to be constant 7. You know what I'm saying? You're gambling on like a 1 in 20, 1 in 30, like almost like 5-6% chance in order for it to happen. So that's what I'm saying to you, bro.
Sorry, with regards to Jackson, sorry to bring it back. I feel like we already have a version of Jackson in our squad. That's free.
Broha.
Yes.
Are you saying Broha? Yeah,
obviously injury prone. I agree, but we have a free version of him. So now we have two guys doing the same shit.
I have a theory, by the way, on that one. I actually personally believe they were planning to sell Broha initially, but they're waiting.
No, I get that.
To get back.
That's the
theory I have, though. By the way,
but the thing is, I honestly think Broha is a tad bit better. I'm saying besides the health concern, I know availability is the best ability, but I know also that Broha, because he's like 6'4" and he knows how to head the fucking ball, he can head the ball just in case I need him to.
More experience. Let's just be honest.
Does he know how to head the ball though? He literally missed a header yesterday. Like
yes, but I trust him more than Jackson.
But
I trust him more than Jackson.
But still, he also just has more experience. He just does.
Yeah, and
that's
I'm saying
even though
and nothing against Jackson, but that's why I would have an Osimhen. But that's why I would have an Osimhen.
But right? The problem, I hear your point. I always hear people's point about saying we need Victor Osimhen and Demlot, right? But the issue that I always come back to when it comes to him, yeah, is that Chelsea's biggest problem for me right now is not a striker. It's the creativity. We're not being creative enough. So if Victor Osimhen was to come in, if Vlahovic was to come in, if even like a Haaland was to come in, hypothetically speaking, yeah, you went into the issue of no one's creating chances for these guys. We're expecting this guy to, from 2 shots here, to be hitting 2 of them on target at the same time, and one of them has to at least lead to a goal.
No. This is what I was saying before. Whenever we signed Lukaku, what was the argument that most Chelsea fans were saying? Look at us, we're creating all these chances. All we need is a lethal finisher. We bring in Lukaku, who let's just be honest, he's a very good finisher. He's very terrible at everything else, but he's a good finisher. And what do? We're like, oh, we're creating all these chances, and Havertz is not scoring, and Werner's not scoring. We need a lethal finisher. So let's go and drop 100 bags on Lukaku. What happens now? We bring in the elite finisher, and all the chances have dried up, and Lukaku's only getting 5-6 goals. We're not creating enough. The link-up play is poor. He's in places he's not supposed to be in. What now? We do the same with Victor Osimhen, and what? We get scammed again.
But then you know what happens? But you know what happens though? You know what's gonna happen? We know what's gonna happen. Knowing this fan base, yeah, what's gonna happen? We're gonna start blaming Victor Osimhen for not being good enough.
That's what I'm
saying. Sorry. The reason why I was saying that is because
go ahead, bro.
If the Lord and Savior that is Christopher Nkunku, right? He also likes playing as a second striker, right? So now we're gonna have 3 players that are second strikers in a sense, right? So if Nkunku is playing healthy, right? Now we have a Jackson and Nkunku who both like being a second striker. That's why I was saying I would rather have an Osimhen, right? I'm saying this if we still have a Broha. So I feel like then we have 2 people who like being second strikers, right? And then if we didn't get Jackson, right? Or if we saw Broha, that's fine, and we have a Jackson. But that's why I think we need to bring in Osimhen, because now we won't have 3 people who like to be second strikers. We will have 2, which I'm fine with. But then we need a lethal striker just in case. We need a different profile in some sense, right? Washington's not that guy. right? We have 2 second strikers in Jackson and Nkunku, because Nkunku's best position is behind the striker /10, because that's how he was
Yeah,
in Leipzig.
But that's the thing is,
right?
but the thing is, Nkunku is used to being like a false like primary goal scorer, in the sense that he'll get more goals than the actual striker. He's usually the better finisher than the actual striker. The actual striker is the one that
He had one up in front of him.
That's what I'm saying.
Yep.
He had Werner in front of him.
Yeah.
Werner was creating the spaces or laying it off or whatever, because Werner's not a good finisher, but he was making all the chances. He was bringing the ball up with his pace, etc., etc. And Nkunku was the better finisher, obviously, and that's why he got more goals. He ended the season, even though being out for like 75% of it, being the joint top scorer. That's why I think you will see the better version of Jackson when Nkunku comes back. And
No, that's fair. That's fair.
I think that's what they're banking on. But I don't think Nkunku is a chance creating kind of 10. You can't play Nkunku as a sole striker. Everyone's like, when Nkunku comes back, he's gonna start scoring goals. Nkunku's not that kind of player. Yes, he scores loads of goals. He's a very good finisher. But people are saying it in the sense that we should play him at striker instead and keep Gallagher on the field or something like that and get a new 10. Fuck all that. And Nkunku's gonna get bullied. Absolutely bullied.
I'm not even saying Osimhen necessarily, but we need a bagsman, because I do agree with you that Jackson might or will perform better. But then, like I'm saying, is we need a different profile, right? We have a Broho who's second striker who isn't clinical enough, right? And he's injury prone. I'm not even saying Osimhen. The thing is, I can't think of another world class or at least decent finisher that we can get in January besides a Tony. But we will probably lose him to Arsenal, I'm assuming.
Big up,
If
Ames.
they want
Tony's not gonna come. Tony's not gonna come here.
No, that's what I'm saying.
I also think that
Oh, damn. Oh,
no, my apologies. Sorry. So I think there was something that's missing. No, that's my apology. That's fine. But going back to it, I think that going back into the point that oh shit, I lost my chair of thought. Go ahead, Jared. You were finishing off something. Go ahead, bro.
No, I think I was saying something. What were you saying, bro?
Finish off.
Yeah, no, I was just saying that's why I just want a different profile, because I don't think Tony is going to come, and I don't think Osimhen's going to come, but we need a different profile striker somehow, because otherwise we're just going to have the same profile every time, right? We're not, like you said, and I agree, Nkunku's better being behind the striker, not being the main guy, but we're going to have, I don't think he's a hold-up striker, any form of that either, right? Before then, he was with Paulson before Werner too, once again bouncing off. He likes that bouncing off, so that the striker can create space and he can either go into the box or create his own chance or whatever, which is great because we do need that. Right? A person going into the box, because a person who has been going into the box lately has been an Enzo, whose finishing is not that great. And I'm fine with Enzo not pushing into the box and Nkunku doing that because he's going to finish off better. And second, it would stop Enzo from doing this, as Scott was saying today, the shuttle runs of going back and forth, and he could still go back, stay back, and do the key passes he needs to, right?
The problem is,
yeah.
I think the problem is that Poch keeps misprofiling Enzo in the sense that for some reason, everybody else knows that Enzo is not an in-the-box kind of midfielder, but we do have an in-the-box kind of midfielder, and that's Gallagher. But he wants Gallagher playing in the 6, or controlling the tempo, or spraying the passes. He's playing Enzo in the 10 because he thinks Enzo might better be utilized for his passing or whatever in the 10. Enzo's not that kind of player. Enzo needs to be deeper. But Gallagher, we've seen it time and time again, even in preseason.
Jared, you know what I worry about,
bro? To get into the box, Jared,
you know what I worry about, I've been thinking about this. I worry, about Enzo becoming the P word. You know what I mean? We know what the P word is. I'm not gonna say it on here. You know what I'm saying? I worry heavily about the way we're trying to use him and everything like that. So I hope that isn't the case. But
the man in Juventus,
that's got a 4-year ban. He's got a 4-year ban, man. Yeah, man. So the problem I just wanted no, but I actually want to talk about this because someone said this to me right now, in one of my in a message someone sent me now, they're like, They can't. How can they say they trust Poch with a long-term project? We know this guy's got 1 year left after his deal, after the season ends, right?
Their version of long term is like 2 years of development, bro. They
No, it's
they apparently said that they want to be back at the top as soon as possible, and they're willing to give Pochettino 2 years to develop the players in the way that they want them to, or they're hoping to, and then they'll sack him and get somebody else who can win.
Do you know what it is though, Jared? You know what? I don't believe you, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. Do you know what I don't believe you? David Ornstein, yeah, and all these man have been reporting they want UCL football, bro. You know, yeah, currently, yeah, we are, if I'm not mistaken, after 15 games, 11 points away from top 4. Not even top 5 yet, top 4.
We're trending to 48 points.
Yeah,
so
Hey, we're top
right.
40. Let's
go.
go.
Watch that.
Yeah, so
let's go.
No, so the point I'm trying to make here is that if that is the case, yeah, then bro, this guy really should be gone. Yeah, if we lose again, he should have been gone today, in my opinion. But if we lose to Everton, then he should really be gone after that. He actually should be gone after that.
If we lose to Everton,
he should be gone after that, bro. Like, but if they truly believe, yeah, that, you know, what's the word in English, yeah, that they need to, what's it called, yeah, get this guy out, yeah, get European football, get UCL football, then they must have taken him out now, but they must take him out after Everton if we lose. And I'm telling you right now, that Everton game, yeah, it is a predictable 2-0. It's a predictable 2-0. I can predict even is the score.
You know which game I think they should kick him out for sure.
Go ahead, bro.
I think it's the Newcastle game, because Newcastle, even if we do shit in the league somehow and we win that Karabuki Cup, we get into a Conference League. We get stuff. If we get out of that, we are done. We are done. We are not getting shit.
I can't lie.
We are done.
I can't lie. We have to win the Carabao Cup. I don't care how.
Yeah, we do.
The only obstacle.
But you know what's crazy, boy?
But
you know what's crazy, guys? This is Pochettino, a guy that is known as a perennial loser. Can't win finals. Can't win in these cup stages. What makes you think it's gonna happen? No, I'll be real with you guys.
Flick. I want Flick. I want Flick right now.
I personally do not want Flick. I'll be real.
No,
guys.
I'm saying
Flick is not the one.
Here's hey, lots of people didn't want Tuchel. I'm saying of the managers that are available, if we fire Poch, since we all want to fire Poch right now,
I want Xabi Alonso, bro.
Dude, he's not getting out of Leverkusen right now.
Bro,
that'd be career suicide to come here.
Yeah, dude, he's literally getting pitched to take over from Ancelotti for Real Madrid.
I don't think you understand.
Over our team. You're telling me he's gonna get to his boyhood club, the club where he retired as a legend, and he's gonna have that. So he has 1 more year to develop with Leverkusen because they're gonna extend Ancelotti by a year. He's gonna be prime position once again, and he's gonna take over Real Madrid.
Yeah.
So why the hell would he come to us?
That's
like the Bellingham situation. He's not gonna come to us.
He's not gonna.
Because Real Madrid waiting for him.
That's what I'm saying. Real Madrid called him up like 2 months ago, saying, "Yo, bad man."
Exactly. Everyone knows.
He says he wants to go manage Brazil. We'll call you up again. They're
literally going to extend Ancelotti for maybe another year because they know that Ancelotti's been doing pretty well without a striker. Picking Jose Lu.
They're literally just been monitoring him. They're not going to bring back Zidane. They're not going to bring in Tuchel. They're not going to bring in Flick. They're not going to go get Nagelsmann. And to be honest, if they bring in Nagelsmann,
Tuchel was the best of the bad bunch, though. Tuchel at the time was the best of the bad bunch. That's why I didn't mind when Tuchel came in for me, personally.
Okay, and who's the best out of bad bunch right now? Flick. Flick is the best out of the bad bunch.
He's available.
He's literally.
He's available.
Who's actually available? Who's fired? And available? Yeah, we're not.
Oh my God, Conte, no.
God, no. He's available, bro.
Lampard, Potter, right? None of them. Thank you. Once again,
bro, if I'm just going to say, if Poch is already on his way to killing Enzo's career, give him to Conte. See what happens, man.
Yeah,
no, I'm telling you. If you find Conte.
And you're saying Poch is a perennial loser. At least with Flick, he's won the Bundesliga. He's won the Champions League. He's won something. He has won He's won 6 trophies in a season, so we can't say he's a loser. He also took over mid-season as well.
We can't say he's a
loser. I'm saying over Poch.
No, we can't say he's a loser, but it's Bayern. That Bayern team was on steroids. The way
but when we got Tuchel, it was PSG.
PSG was on steroids.
Yeah, but no, I get it. It was PSG. He went to 2 finals and 2 Champions League finals in 2 consecutive years. I don't think many managers can replicate that unless their name is Pep, Zidane, or Tuchel.
But Jared, we didn't
Yeah,
know
okay,
he was going to make
just
2
make
Champions
options.
League finals in a row when we
That's what
got
I'm saying. We didn't.
Yeah.
I don't need to talk them on that run, but I think we got that far because everybody underestimated us. They just thought we were a free hit, just like the first time. They just assumed we were a free
I
hit.
agree, but the playing style completely changed since the first game. We could see the impact
there
of
was a
Tuchel
level
almost
of
like the first.
pragmatism. There was a level of pragmatism to how Tuchel, to when Tuchel first came.
I would have that right now,
And that-
the way we're
and that
defending.
helped us. No, to be honest, the way we're defending, then bringing Conte, bringing Conte. If you want,
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I rather
If
try.
you don't want to score,
rather-
bringing Conte as well.
But that's what I'm saying. I'd rather try Flick for now. If here's the thing, we can't go any besides relegation. We can't go any lower, right? Like, let's be honest.
You know
I don't think
what,
we're gonna
bro?
get relegated.
Curry-
I don't think because we luckily for the high heavens have 3 teams that are so shit that we cannot be worse than them. Luckily, right? Luckily, from the heavens above this season, once again, we have 3 teams shittier than us, no matter
Oh
what.
no.
Okay.
You will
Okay.
be so surprised.
Also,
The
thank
next
the
time we
Lord
buckle
that
each other, we're losing to
Everton got the points deducted because they would be, I think, equal with us on points or more than us. Okay.
They'd be above
They'll be
us.
ahead of us.
They'd be above
us.
So once again, the
Hmm.
football gods are working in our favor in that sense. So we can be more shit. So I'd rather try it on Flick. Let's try it. Just fuck it. There's
Nah.
no point. I would just try it. If we get more points, we get more points. If we get less, we fire him. Just give him a year contract like we did with Tuchel and do that clause where like if he reaches a
At
certain
this
amount,
point,
then
at
he
this
extends.
point, I'm done with the hiring and firing of managers in the middle of their careers.
I'm not keeping Pods till the end of the season.
I'm
not destroying their week.
I don't want to waste January on. I don't want to waste January on this guy, man.
I'm not.
I don't wanna waste January
I
on
don't
this
think
guy
we're signing
either.
anyone. I don't know if you've seen the news, guys. We're not signing
I
anyone.
don't think we're
bro, from the
signing
looks of it.
anyone. I
Sorry,
don't.
what?
Not signing
I
anyone.
don't,
signing
and we
anyone.
shouldn't. I
David
don't
Orsi
think we
said, that we may sign a striker or someone that's a bit more versatile, maybe in January, but it's looking more likely to be in the summer. Centre backs being brought in the summer as well, so they're signing no one in January,
No.
basically.
I don't think we should be signing anybody in January. I don't.
And I
We're
agree with
gonna
that
have-
one too.
We're going to have the same situation we did last season, where it's just an overinflated squad again. But this time it's not with a bunch of old bums. It's just with a bunch of young guys who don't know what they're doing yet.
I
It's
think
the
it's
same
financial.
situation, just different ends of the age spectrum. That's literally it. And I'm not here for it.
I hear you.
Poch already has a headache with like the 10, 11 injuries that we have already, and the fact that his training regimen is keeping these guys out for longer than they need to be. But now we're gonna give him more players, potentially more players based on data, and the data is so skewed because they played short, like less amount of minutes compared to everybody else, that their stats are so inflated, and they just happen to be injury prone players. I'm pretty sure the only reason we signed Madueke is because his stats are so high because he averaged like 3-4 games on the run every now and again for PSV and created a few chances in the Eredivisie. That's
I
probably
think
why we
it's-
signed him.
I think it's financial.
And Jackson. I know why we signed Jackson. Highest conversion rate in La Liga last season.
Yeah,
He
last
has
time.
the
Is there back? Is there? Yeah, we did. But
Conversion rate is one of the worst stats I've ever seen.
I don't know. If you,
It is horrible.
No, it depends. It depends. Conversion rate compared to something like a save percentage rate. Save percentage is genuinely garbage. But conversion rate is like a shot to goal ratio. I can understand that. Shot to goal ratio.
Some of the best strikers in the world have terrible conversion rates.
But I think
No,
Jackson's
no.
conversion rate was skewed only in the last 10 games when he was on the.
That's the main thing. It was a small
Yeah,
like
It wasn't the season.
like Jared said,
conversion
it
rate,
was a
the
small
last 10
sample
games.
size that skewed the data.
Small sample size that skewed the data. But we can see that Jackson has other qualities compared to certain other players. Even with those skewed ass stats.
Oh
he
my
has other
God.
qualities.
What?
guys, I'm
Don't
watching
tell
the
me.
Everton game. Yeah, I just literally watched the first half highlights while you guys were talking. They're gonna kill us, bro.
Why?
They're actually gonna kill us, bro.
No,
So Sean Dyche was in Old Trafford licking his lips, man.
Yeah,
Sean Dyche was
actually.
literally in the stand. He was writing down notes. He had his notepad out. He was
Sorry,
studying
Ahmed.
us like an FM data hub analyst, bro. The
Go
man
ahead,
said,
sorry, bro.
I don't give a fuck about I don't give a fuck about who all these analysts. Chelsea, I'm gonna be in your stands and I'm gonna show you how to collect data, how to scout teams, how to run
think-
things right.
Go ahead,
In
bro.
the
Go
stands
ahead.
in Europe
Let
right
Curry
now.
Pie go, Jared.
Yeah,
Let
let
Curry
him
Pie
have
go,
it.
Jared.
I think you know how the owners always check on the finances if we're gonna abide by certain things. I think them saying about the January transfer window really shows that they're accounting for us not getting Europe.
I don't
I
think
Because
agree.
financially, if we got Europe, they wouldn't
Oh,
give a
wait.
shit about going 100
Mm.
million for Tony.
Mm.
Because
That's
we're gonna
tough.
get the
Me-
finances back. We're gonna get the money back.
You know, I said this to Oliver. I don't know, and Curry, you probably watch us on Casually FC as well. You know, what's the thing that I always say? I said that this December we can't lose a game. Literally, we can get a one draw, but we cannot lose a single game in December. If you want to focus on getting Europe, and let's forget about the BS of everyone else needing to do something or not needing to do something. Yeah, we ourselves need to focus on just getting W's, straight wins consecutively, back after back after back after back. And we
I
can't even
think
do
I
that, bro.
think a lot of our
And,
fan base.
look at Tottenham, bro. Look at Tottenham, bro. Tottenham now are currently leading 1-0 against West Ham. These guys here are playing more consistently than us. Their team, bro. I'll be honest here, barring what Madison, Son, and pretty much who's better than our team, bro? And they're cooking.
And
They have a
goalkeeper,
backline
and
of
Vicario.
Emerson Royal and Ben Davies.
No. You know what's funny? They have. This is jokes actually. We put out a lineup with 4 centre backs as a back 4. They put out a lineup as 4 full backs as a back 4. That's jokes. That's jokes.
The difference is those fullbacks pocketed Haaland, whereas my man fell on the back post to McTominay.
Facts.
And also, those fullbacks can do better with set pieces than us with 3 center backs. I just don't.
Nah, don't watch that. Don't watch that.
I don't. How is every single time we concede a free? I am literally shitting my pants. Every corner yesterday.
That's been us for years, though. That's been us for years.
No.
Like,
This year's been worse. This year's been the worst. This year's been the
No, it's
worst.
been the worst this year.
I'm
but
actually
for
scared.
Years on years, we've been so bad at defending.
You know
set
what it
pieces.
is, though.
And we even brought in a coach who's apparently supposed to be getting us better at defending set pieces, and we were still terrible at it. Still.
You know what it is, Corey? I don't think that the set piece defender's always been bad, I'll be honest. But you know what's happened as well? The Thiago Silva's decline has happened this season. You know what I'm saying to you? His decline has happened this season, and I don't understand why we continue playing a player that we can see in 4K Ultra HD is declining, but we're deciding to still keep him still playing.
Ask Poch.
And then again,
Because
everything that we
Poch is
speak about,
literally relying on him. Poch is literally
everything
relying
we've
on him.
spoken about,
you know Poch's opinion of it.
I've said this before, we all of us here, we keep on discussing the same shit all over again. Like now, we can speak about the ownership and like the plays they brought in. I hear that. We can maybe have a discussion on that. But the reality is, when it comes down to our team, still should be good enough to get us easy into the middle top half of this league, right?
Yeah.
And who does that come all down to?
We're good to be a top 7 team. We should be competing for a European place at some point.
We should be competing with Brighton right now for European League football. I've said this before.
You know what I don't understand? I don't understand why, if we want partnerships and creating something, Badiashile is healthy now. Why don't we just do Disasi and Badiashile for once? They literally were teammates.
They played more than 100 appearances together. More than 100 appearances
exactly.
together, right?
And it's perfect too. One right footer, one left footer. We know for sure they're good at aerially. They're not going to get dunked on that way. They're also strong as shit, so we're not going to get little wusses like Caldwell getting their asses dropped to the floor every 5 seconds.
You know, Caldwell, bro, I actually feel sorry for that brother, actually. I'm one of the few that maybe he's been bad, but like, you know what's happened, bro? He's not even been, he's only had 2 appearances as a left-sided centre-back.
I know. I agree with that.
He's been left-back.
It's amazing because we gave him a contract extension this summer, and one of the reasons cited for that was because he's literally one. You know, they see him as one of the best centre backs in the world. So what is this? We were literally going against the whole reason you wanted to keep him in the first place.
Exactly. Listen, guys, I'm gonna have to wrap it up because I need to enjoy myself and eat some food, you know, and
Yeah.
forget
Also,
about
thanks for
about
this. I
everything
needed this
else.
therapy session.
But
Jesus.
you know, no, it's all right, Corey, bro. Listen, this is safe space. I told people if they want to come on, they can come and have their say. Bedtime, aka my boy Jared, also came on to have his say as well. But you know, listen, it's much needed, man. You know, we need to. But like, I'll be honest, guys. Against what's it called? What's the team that we're facing next? Everton. I'm ready, to see the bloodbath happen. You know, it's going to be a big bloodbath, I should say. Sorry, I was getting my beast mixed up, but it's going to be a big bloodbath. And then once that happens, he has to be sacked after that, man. There's
Well,
no
you guys
denying
have
that,
to
bro.
tell me about it. I'm not waking up at 6
Bro.
a.m. to watch this game. I woke up at 4:30 to
Oh
watch
yeah,
the
it's
Brentford
too.
game.
Yeah,
in the
I
morning.
know what
Yeah,
time.
I'm not waking
yeah,
up.
bro.
I'm
No,
not.
Bro.
I'm not waking up.
No.
I woke
Bro,
up at 4:30 to
That
watch
bloodbath is
Brentford
going to be
game.
disgusting.
I'm just saying, man. Beto putting Thiago Silva in a spliff. Oh my god.
Dominic Calvert-Lewin dunk on Thiago Silva or Levi Colwill is actually going to be guaranteed, boys. I'm just going to be real. That Dominic Calvert-Lewin,
Nick Pope.
yeah.
No, sorry. What's it? Jordan Pickford turns into prime Petr Cech. You know, as usual.
Oh man, that's going to be that.
He always does it though. Let's not lie, man.
Yeah.
That Pickford guy,
It's
man.
gonna be Roberto
You know what they
Carlos
say,
from
man?
Cardiff.
There will be blood. There will be blood, lads. There will be blood. But hey, guys, I've been your host, the
Thanks
most,
for
the
the
Bridge
stuff.
258. Continue to like, share, subscribe. Thank you for obviously getting me to 1,000 subscribers. We are now on the road to 2K, road to 2K. So let's get up there. Of course, I've been again your host, Mr. Bridge 258. That's been my good friend Oliver, Curry Pirate, and my guy Jared over there. So thanks a lot for watching. Dedicate your hearts, and you know, people will say up the charts. I'm not going to say up the charts. I'm just going to say
No.